Welcome to Ever After, Once Upon a Time Podcast, Season 2, Episode 11, The Outsider. In this episode, Mr. Gold uses an unwilling test subject to see if his spell works. Meanwhile, Belle runs into Captain Hook, and David and Mary Margaret look for a bigger house. I'm your host, Molly Southgate, and with me is...
Martha Southgate.
And...
Rob Southgate.
Okay, it's Storybrooke House Hunters.
I'm Suzanne Wong. Isn't that the song?
Welcome to House waiting for the house hunt, and they never did it.
I was actually thinking when it said The Outsider, I thought it was going to be Ralph Macchio.
Oh, The Outsiders.
And,
okay.
stay gold, pony boy.
Yes.
So, oh my gosh.
For Johnny, man. You gotta do it for Johnny.
It was not The Outsider.
And it wasn't Storybrooke House Hunters.
But you never know. Johnny and Ponyboy may show up in one of these.
Who's Pony Boy and Johnny?
Exactly.
Yep, see.
You won't know till you're older. Okay, so let's start right out in Fairy Tale Land.
Yes.
And what is the demon? What are they hunting?
Oh, this was so awesome. What was it?
The Yagway.
And what is he?
He is Prince Philip.
Ah, spoiler!
Spoil it!
But what is he as a demon? What does he look like?
He looks like a big, huge, like fluffy, except
from Harry Potter.
Right.
Eyes made out of fire, and like a lion's mane made out of fire.
Yeah. You know what I think he really is when you go to like some Chinese restaurants and they have the mugs that you can get your drinks in, and they're shaped like different Chinese characters. I think he's one of those drinks. They're like a white mug, and they're shaped like different things. My mom used to get those.
Interesting.
And
is that when she washed her hair in the toilet?
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
Oh, busted, Nana! But no, like Benihana, you could get those, and they would have drinks. She's probably listening to this
Japanese,
going, "Oh my gosh,
though. Benihana."
Okay, well, okay, at Japanese restaurants, but we used to get. There was a Chinese place that we used to get it too. And they're shaped like that. Okay. What does my mom remember? She was blitzed.
She was too busy washing her hair in the toilet.
Washing her hair in the toilet. Does anyone believe that?
Yes, no. It was true.
I don't believe it.
Oh,
good
my
for you,
gosh.
Molly. Okay, so enough about that.
Her mother told me.
That's true.
Your great grandma told me.
Right, grandma told me. So mean. Okay,
so
lest we get sued for saying something not true. It's not true. It's just one of those family jokes. So let's go on here.
It's really not true?
It's really not. You really think...
I thought the woman was washing her hair in the toilet.
No, it was a big joke. We said after she came out of the bathroom.
I've believed that for like 25 years.
Oh my gosh, it's horrible.
Okay. So Yao Gui is a Chinese demon, and he looks like Fluffy from Harry Potter.
Right.
But Belle and Dreamy, in this part of the story, Grumpy isn't grumpy yet. He's still dreamy.
Right.
And
I love when he's dreamy. That's funny.
They're talking in a tavern, and he and his woman are going to run away together.
Right. Remember the pink fairy that he was with? And he had just come from when they went and they stood and they watched all the lights, and then they said, let's run away together. In that other episode, this is right after that. He meets Belle in the tavern, and he says, your advice worked. We're running away. We're getting married. We're going to travel the world. So this is that scene immediately afterwards.
And they see the sign about the Yagway, and they see the guys starting to form their team to go hunt this thing. And he says that Belle should go join the hunt. And she says, oh, no, I prefer my books. Thank you very much.
Right, right.
And
because she's Belle, and that is how she is.
But then she decides to go do it. And he gives her fairy dust for her journey. And what does he say to her? What's his
go be a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and she says, I've mixed with magic before. I don't think I want to do that. And he goes, you saw the effects of bad magic.
Yeah.
Of dark magic.
Of dark magic, right. This is good magic.
Mm-hmm.
So.
The fairy dust.
Yeah, the fairy dust. So that was pretty cool.
So, all right. So she goes along. And she's reading a book. She's on a cart kind of thing. Like they're pulling him on a wagon.
Uh-huh.
And she's reading a book.
Like a hayride.
Oh, yeah. Without the hay.
There was hay.
I doubt there was hay.
Yes.
I didn't see hay.
I just saw wood.
I saw wood and hay.
Wood and hay?
I saw wood, and then it looked like the trap
not
dog.
hay made out of wood.
Looks like the trap dog
Trap dogs.
Oh, Trout Dog when we went on
Like-
our archery day.
like the truck.
Nice
you're
plug
like, hey,
for
Ride.
Trout Dog.
Yeah.
Hey, right?
Oh, that's funny.
That's
yeah,
So
Like,
it did.
she's reading a book, and the men don't believe books can help them.
That's how men are. You know how boys are, Molly.
Well,
Oh, it won't work. Books.
We
Dang,
know,
you're a boy.
That's right.
but we know that
I was
books
wrong.
solve everything.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So she told the guy where to find the Yaogwei, and then the guy did what? What did he do to her?
Kicked her off.
Cracked his knee at her.
Should we do that over again? Okay.
So what
Let's
did the guy do?
Wait.
He kicked her off the wagon.
And guess what?
What? I can't wait.
She lied.
She lied.
Yes.
Busted.
Tricked him.
She went off by
Well, because
herself.
she was reading it in Chinese.
Yeah, she was
And-
translating it.
And then she's like, "Oh, I guess I got it wrong," she said to him
With
later.
just scribbles, and he kept calling them scribbles.
Right. So she used
She
what
was-
it said to find where the Yaogwei
And
was.
she found it right away.
Oh, yeah. Well,
And
I
then-
love that.
Oh,
I love that, too. Go ahead.
Who was there?
When Mulan is there, she said, it took me weeks to find the Yaogwei. She said, and Belle says, yeah, it took me about 2 minutes.
Because all she had to do was read it in the book.
She read it in the book. But I love when she's outside of the cave and she's like, "Okay, this is the Yaogwei's cave." Then she says, "It says they sleep during the day. Please let it be sleeping."
Yeah.
And immediately,
And then she runs.
yeah.
Whoop, 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 whoop. So Mulan is not happy with Belle
No.
Oh, no.
because she ruined her hunt.
Mm-hmm.
But she's gonna let her. She's gonna let her hang out for a little while. The guys are trying to drown. Well,
What
actually,
do you mean?
she's not. She's just mad at her, and then Belle goes off on her own, and the guys got her, and they were trying to drown her, and Mulan stopped them, saved her life. Then they hang out together.
Right.
Then they-
Then they
Now,
have girl
when
talk.
are we going to see Mulan?
We got to see her
in
backstory.
Storybrooke.
But we got to see her backstory,
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
now this is the first flashback we've had where we see Mulan.
Mhm.
And we're finding about her relationship with Philip
Yep.
and all that. I bet it goes back further. It doesn't have to show the story of Mulan, but I bet it goes back and shows more of who this person is.
And Mulan got cut. She got stabbed. Or
Yeah,
something
well,
on her
it was
leg.
the Yaogwei cut her leg.
And her leg is getting worse, and so she wants Belle to kill the beast
Right.
Mhm.
because she said, "I can't physically do it, but you can kill the beast."
And then she's saying, "Belle can kill the beast."
So,
That's bad.
do you remember how Belle killed the beast?
Oh, yeah, she poured water on it.
I'm melting.
Well, yeah, she put
And
up.
the
That was
water
cool.
went out.
His water
His
went
water
out.
went
That's
out.
disgusting.
He
And
peed.
He had his fire on his head, and she opened the thing up, and the water went all over and put the fire out.
Uh-huh.
And then what happened?
And then he was like falling to the ground and he wrote something in Chinese.
Right.
And she translated it. And
Right.
how-
What did she say?
Save me.
Yes.
See, the Yaogwei's
Did you
not a
expect
sheep.
that?
No.
I did not expect it to say "help save me."
I didn't even expect it to be Philip.
I
Right.
didn't expect him to write in Chinese.
Well,
I
what
didn't
did,
expect
how
the
did she
beast
turn
to
him
know
back
how to-
into Philip?
Oh, I forgot.
She sprinkled him with fairy
With
dust.
the fairy
Oh,
dust
yeah.
that Dreamy gave her.
And it turns him into a man, and we find out it's Prince Philip.
Yes.
Oh,
And then when they meet up with Mulan, this is how Mulan knows Prince Philip.
Yeah.
Because we know what happens later. A wraith is going to take him.
Yes.
mhm.
So we know that's going to happen.
We
but
know
we
that.
didn't know why Mulan was helping him and defending him.
And we
So-
didn't know why she had such a strong bond with him. And it's
Right.
because she was there during this time.
Right, right.
And-
And it has to be shortly after this because it's not long after all this happens that the curse happens.
Right. And so Mulan meets Prince Philip, and Belle says she's going to go back to Rumpelstiltskin. And so she sends Prince Philip off with Mulan. But what happens to Belle at that point? Do you remember who captures her?
Oh,
Do you remember?
Regina.
Yes. So I think actually the scene just before that, they had said something in Storybrooke about Regina, like we haven't seen her,
Mm-hmm.
or she was really trying. Like they were trying to let us know, like, hey, Regina's still here, and she's trying to be a better person. We'll see how this goes. And then they show her back then, and you see how evil she is, and she takes
She
Belle.
was a big ball of
and we know
evil.
what happens after that. Because she puts Belle, she hides her away.
She puts Belle in a corner.
Yes.
And no
Nobody
one puts
Belle
Belle
in
in
a
a corner.
Thank you.
What's that? No one puts baby in a corner.
Right.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, back in Storybrooke, Mr. Gold, oh my gosh, this was one of the best scenes.
Okay, we're doing Storybrooke now.
We're in Storybrooke because we finished the other one.
Okay.
Oh, we did?
Yeah. Molly, what happened with Mr. Gold and Smee?
Oh, this is how it starts.
This is super bad.
Talk
Yeah,
to
well,
me.
we see the two of them at the barrier.
Talk to me.
This is better. This is better than I was thinking.
Well, tell
You're talking about? Okay, so
Who's he?
Rumpelstiltskin
Yes.
took Smee,
Yes.
took him out of his car,
Yes.
and took his hat off.
Right, and he asked him about the hat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what does he say about the hat? Why is
His
it special?
grandmother knitted it.
Right, so it's like his most special thing.
Mm-hmm.
And what does he do to it?
He puts a potion on it, and Smee doesn't know.
Right.
And he just throws it back, and he puts it on, and he's like, "Thank you, spared my life," and he pushes him over the line.
Right. Now, what happens normally if they go over that barrier line?
They shake a lot, and then they lose their memory.
Right. They don't remember who they were in Storybrooke, and it's gone forever. But what happens to Smee?
He forgot. Then Mr. Gold pushed him all the way, and he said, "What's your name?" And he said, "William Smee."
And who am I?
And who am I? Rumpelstiltskin.
Yes.
So Rumpelstiltskin.
But wait, guys, you know what I think?
What?
I think then their fairy tale minds become their only minds. If
Oh,
they
I wonder.
cross, because
Well, I wonder because, you know what, I'm going to
they
debunk
should
that right
say
now. You know why I don't think that's the case?
why?
Because when, later in the episode, when Mr. Gold goes over it, and he's got the enchanted thing, he remembers he's Mr. Gold and Rumpelstiltskin.
Really?
Yes. He doesn't just think he's Rumpelstiltskin, because remember, he knows about Belle, and he knows, like, he's excited, like, it worked, I can now go find Bay. So, no, they don't forget. They remember everything because once they have that potion. But if they don't have the potion, they forget everything that happened in Fairy Tale Land.
So the biggest thing with the scene is that Rumpelstiltskin was experimenting, and he found out that his potion does work.
Right.
And now he can leave to go find his son.
Right, and that's the whole thing. He wants to go find Bay.
That is a big deal.
And he tells Belle about it, and Belle is excited. She wants to go, but he's like, there's only enough potion for one, and this is my quest. I have to do this.
What is he going to enchant, Molly?
His son's cloak.
Right, it's a shawl from his son.
Mm-hmm.
And he says it has to be the most precious thing in your world. And Belle's like, well, what would that be? And he has it hidden in like a safe in the wall. Yeah. It's the shawl from Bay.
And he
I
said
thought it was going to be Chip.
Chip! Oh, that would have been good!
If he took Chip and enchanted it and then just put it on his head, I've got a Chip hat.
If Mom
or
had
he could
been
put it
there,
on his shoulder. Then he'd have a chip on his shoulder.
Yes! I was going to say, if Mom had been there wouldn't have been any chips left in that closet.
Oh, no, I would have eaten
thank you.
those chips.
I'm going to hit that chip.
Ah.
But Belle wants to come with, but he only has enough for one object.
Right.
So it's only the shawl.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's only one person can go through. It's not one object.
He said, and I quote,
but it's not just the shawl. The shawl is what's got the magic. Oh, I know what you're saying.
that's why Smee, they
He's
put
only
on
got
his
enough
hat.
magic for
For one
object.
object.
I thought it meant that only one object could go through. I'm so confused.
You are so quick
That
to jump
was
on
like
me.
two
Yeah.
objects would have to go through. I thought you could just spray it on your shirt or drink it.
Right.
Go across.
Molly, what would be your most special object if they were doing
Piggy.
that for you? Piggy. Oh, that's a good one.
Piggy.
That is a good one. That probably is exactly it.
Or should I put Putty?
What?
Nah.
No, he's alive.
Or
Yeah,
should I
not our
take-
cat.
He's too
It would be
unpredictable.
Piggy, your stuffed pig. That would be it.
So they all go to Dr. Hopper's funeral.
Yeah, I
and
put
the
big
whole
saddy
time,
face here.
No, because the whole time I'm yelling, he's not dead!
No, but it was
He's in the
sad
ship.
because they were all so sad
But they're
about
not
it.
going to be for very long because he's alive. So I could
Spoiler,
not be
he's
sad.
alive.
I couldn't be sad.
Even though they showed us in the last
we
couple
already
episodes.
know he's alive.
Yes.
Hook is trying to find Rumpel's dagger,
Yes.
and he's grilling Hopper.
What does that mean? Grilling?
He's interrogating him. He's
Is he
questioning.
He's
grilling
a
frog
grasshopper?
legs.
Yeah, ooh.
Oh, he's not a frog.
Grilled Hopper.
He's not that kind of Hopper.
And then you dip him in chocolate. So yummy.
What?
Grilled Hopper in chocolate.
Anything's good in chocolate.
Anything except bacon.
Doctor,
That's
I probably would still.
No,
eat.
bacon
If you had
and
the
chocolate's
right
good.
amount of bacon chocolate ratio.
How dare you, Molly?
I like those.
So he's grilling Dr. Hopper, and Dr. Hopper tells Hook that Belle is Rumpelstiltskin's weakness.
Yes.
That's a problem.
That is a problem.
Okay, so
Well,
Hook.
another thing is, Gold gives Belle a gun. Don't you remember that?
Yeah.
What?
It's-
Hook gives her a gun?
Yes, because...
No.
Not
Dad.
Hook.
Oh, did I skip ahead? Because when they go back to Gold's place, it's been ransacked. Remember that?
Yeah, could you wait?
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So-
got excited because he gave her the gun, and I thought that was something we haven't seen here.
Hook was in the library before it was open.
Oh, right.
And Belle goes in there, and he's chasing Belle around, and she pushes that shelf over onto him and everything, trying to
He's trying to
save
ring her
herself.
bell.
She calls Rumple. I have to call him Rumple
Rump.
to tell him
Wait. Bell rings him up?
that that he's in there and that
Yes.
she's in danger. And where does Rumpelstiltskin find her? Where does Mr. Gold find her?
Locked in an elevator.
Right. That same elevator that they used to go down to fight Maleficent. Remember?
Mhm.
So they get
That's
there
a creepy
and
elevator for a library.
Hook isn't there.
Everything's all nice and comfy.
So Rumpelstiltskin explains his history to her with Hook.
puppets. He
Except
does it
he
with puppets.
lies. He does omit. He doesn't necessarily lie. He omits a large truth,
Right.
which is that he killed his wife.
Right.
Oh,
And
does it?
He just says, yes, he did. He just said
What?
she died.
Yes.
he attacked Belle to get Rumpelstiltskin out of the store. So they go back to Mr. Gold's shop
This is where
and
I
see
jumped
that
to.
it was ransacked, and that's when they deduce that
Uh-huh.
that Hook was after,
Hook
and
wa- it was
they
a
find
ruse.
the shawl is gone.
he was trying to distract Mr. Gold to get him out of the
Right.
store so that he could
And this is
steal.
where, what I was talking about, Gold gives Belle
Yes.
a gun.
Yes, he does.
And see, we haven't really seen that kind of thing here other than with Emma. We haven't seen the fairy tale characters
No, we
with
haven't
guns.
seen anybody with
But
guns.
he's got a gun. He gives it to Belle.
So Rumpelstiltskin finds Smee.
Oh, yeah.
Roughs him up a little bit.
He roughs him up, and then what does he do to him, Mal?
Turns him into a rat.
Yes.
Smee admits that he gave the shawl to Hook.
Yes.
So it wasn't Hook that ransacked Mr. Gold's shop.
It was Smee. So, yeah, he turns him into a
It
rat.
was Smee.
It was Smee.
I admit it.
It was me.
So he turns him into a rat, just like Wormtail in Harry Potter.
Right.
Except he does it on purpose.
Right.
So one of my very favorite scenes is when Belle goes looking for Hook's ship.
Yes.
Because she says, wait a second, he got here by ship because she found that knot.
Right.
She found the part of his ship.
Right.
The rope tied in a knot, and she looked up her rope book.
Yeah. Because she's in a library and she has a book on everything.
She's a researcher like
Yes.
Hermione. And
So much Harry Potter here.
so she goes to where she thinks the ship is, and she finds it. She throws a little fairy dust on it.
No, she doesn't.
She threw
She
dirt on
throws
it.
sand.
She threw sand on it. She
and
threw something on
all
it.
over the steps, and that's how she sees it, which is just like in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, when he's standing between the two things, he's like, how am I going to get over there? And it looks like two mountains, and it's just empty, and he takes sand, and he throws it out, and it goes across what looks like is invisible, but it turns out it's just blended in, and he's able to see, and he's able to walk across. Spoiler, he walks across. Okay, I'm done with my... No, I'm
Wow,
not.
I wasn't
I'm
even
thinking about
listening.
Indiana Jones.
Well, I just kind of blacked out there for a second,
Yeah.
so I don't know what you said. So she finds the ship and climbs aboard. And
Yes.
on it, she finds...
She finds Dr. Hopper alive
Right.
in a dungeon.
Of course, his legs are missing because they were cooking up some frog legs earlier.
No.
Dad!
So they hear someone up on the ship.
Right.
She tells Dr. Hopper to run and find Mr. Gold, and Hook is on the ship.
Yep.
And she's
Hooked.
in trouble.
Yep.
Belle-
Ding dong, the bell is
But Belle
dead.
is... No, she's not. But Belle is looking around the ship for the shawl. And
She makes a ship to shawl call?
do you remember...
Ship
Yeah.
to shawl!
Do you know what did she find in his room?
She found...
A buck 380.
She opened a box, and what was inside the box? Gold coins.
Oh, gold coins were inside the box.
But that's not what she was looking for.
No.
But he caught her.
Dr. Hopper's head.
No.
It's like that. The end of that movie. I'm not going to spoil it.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm
never mind.
blacking out.
So
I'm falling after
Hook
Mouse.
walks in, though, while she's looking through his little treasure chest, and he took her gun from her.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's got the gun on her. He's holding the gun at her, and he tells Belle the truth about Rumpelstiltskin's wife.
Yes.
Ouch. And he asks her, why would you want to fight for a man like that? And she says, because his heart is true and yours is rotten. And then Rumpelstiltskin's there on the ship.
Yep. And Hook is calling him the crocodile.
Yep.
I love that because he's just obsessed with the crocodile, just like in Peter Pan.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets the gun away, and Rumpy beats Hook with his cane.
Oh, yes, he does.
Like, really violent. I was not expecting that. But he's really violent with him, and right in front of Belle, and Belle's just shocked, but she talks him out of it. She talks him down. She's like, this isn't you.
Oh, I love this. When he said, Belle, would you mind turning around? This may get a little messy.
Oh,
right.
Man. And Gold says, he has to die.
That was one of my favorite lines. I laughed so hard, because he's like, he didn't say it like that.
Yeah,
he said it like, he has to die. He's driving me crazy, and I hate him so much.
Has to die.
I know he did. He's like, he has to die. You know, like, please don't make me have to live here with him. So,
he has to die
but he lets him live.
He lets him live because he's changing.
Yes, and because
I love
he's
that we're seeing a
changing
story arc with Mr. Gold. Like, it really is happening there. Because he could easily be two-faced and just be bad when she's not around, but here
he's not.
He's true to his character. It was really great.
So they're at the town line, and Rumple is about to leave. He's about to cross the town line. Belle says goodbye to him, and then Hook shoots her, and she falls over the line.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And she lost her memories.
Yes.
She fell.
So now...
No, she did not fall over the line.
Yes, she did.
Rumpelstiltskin held her.
Right, but she fell into his arms.
She fell into his arms. He was already across the line.
Now, if we go back, in the other episode, Mr. Gold said, they lose their memory, but I'm working on it. Mm-hmm. So just like he figured out how to get across the line, hopefully he's working on a way to restore the memories. So I hope Belle can come back from this.
Okay, now...
A
car comes crashing over the line.
Oh, this is crazy!
And hits Hook.
Yes!
Who is it? Do you think it's Neil? Or do you think it's Bay?
I think Neil and Bay are the same person.
So you think... I don't think so.
I think so.
You're thinking Neil might be Bay.
Molly.
It could be. Oh, because he did show him... Remember, he showed him something, showed Neil something, and it made Neil realize, like, this is what all this is, and she's this person. So Neil very well might be one of the fairy tale characters.
That's even what you said. I'm just following up.
Can you imagine?
Wait, you know what? I said that? I'm really smart.
Can you imagine if Emma...
You didn't say it was Bay, though.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if Emma becomes Mr. Gold's, Rumpelstiltskin's daughter-in-law?
Oh, she's gonna scream.
Oh, that would be awesome.
And then
that would make Regina and all of them related to Mr. Gold. Like, it's like not only are they all fairy tale characters, now they're all related.
Twisted. Oh my gosh.
So poor them.
On the other storyline,
yes,
there's one other thing.
When is Ponyboy in this? I'm still waiting.
He's really not. So Henry is very sad about Dr. Hopper.
Yes.
And the dwarves ask Emma and Snow how to go back to the Enchanted Forest.
Yeah, they're afraid of what's going on here.
They're concerned about outsiders getting into Storybrooke, and oh my gosh,
outsider.
Yeah. See. But Grumpy has one of my favorite lines. He goes, "Although we enjoy things like penicillin."
Right. We want to leave here, but we do enjoy penicillin. That's not a bad thing.
That was classic.
No, he didn't say that. He said,
although we enjoy things like penicillin.
Although we don't enjoy things like penicillin.
No, he does, because they can't treat themselves if they get sick.
Right, they don't have penicillin.
They have a lot of things in Storybrooke that they don't have in the Enchanted Forest.
Like cable TV. And
hamburgers.
Yeah, but they could come up with that.
Well,
but they wouldn't have TV. No Netflix.
So,
no iPads.
Wait, you didn't say no Apple TV, did you?
No Apple TV.
Okay. So Henry is sad, right?
Yes.
And he's sitting, and in comes Pongo.
Yes.
And Pongo belongs to Henry now.
Proceeds to mark the room.
Yeah.
And Snow decides that
In a new house.
a bigger house.
Right. And
What
this
does
is when
she want in her house?
I'm Suzanne Wong.
What was her
She
thing?
wants a bigger roof over their heads with turrets.
With
Yeah, with
turrets.
turrets.
Oh, wait, no.
Yeah,
Emma
she
said,
that.
you want to know what Emma said? Emma said, but why don't you want us all here living under the same roof? You always wanted that. And she's like, I just imagine a slightly bigger roof.
Yeah.
With turrets.
With turrets. So that's their
And this
whole...
is where you thought it would turn into House
I
Hunters.
wanted it desperately. I wanted to go look
Would
at
this be
houses
House
with
Hunters
them.
International? Because
No,
for
they're in
them it is,
Storybrooke.
because they're from another land.
Oh, please. Okay, so where are we?
And they walk into
David-
place and they're like, you know what, I like this place, but I don't like the color of the walls, so I'm not going to buy it. 'Cause that's
David
they always do on that annoying
doesn't
show.
want to move because he wants to go back to Enchanted Forest.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to live in Storybrooke.
Right. He's wrong.
And he wants to go back and fight. And she says, do you understand? It doesn't exist anymore. And the ogres took it over. And
Yeah.
it's not, we have nothing. There's nothing left.
Right.
And he doesn't care. He doesn't want to stay here.
Right.
And
He's crazy.
they got distracted by, in this conversation, by someone coming in the door.
Who came in?
Dr. Hopper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Archie's back. The end.
Archie's back, and you're gonna be in trouble.
Hey,
Yep.
who was driving the car?
Oh, this one has a theme song. All right. Are we done?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Did you have anything else you want to talk about in this one? I mean, this was a cool episode, but
I want
most
to
of our
wait
episodes
for
we
them to
talk
move.
about like what we thought was cool and the lines, but this one we really
We
had to kind
did.
of go piece by piece through it. Yeah, but we had to kind of do that because this one really
It was too much.
it kind of pushed the story
in a
forward.
good way.
It was great.
This was
And the
really good
Yagway
episode.
was amazing.
Uh-huh.
There better be
Did
more
not
Yagways in the
ever
future.
expect him to be Prince Philip. So next episode, maybe I get to see the houses.
Maybe
they're
they
gonna
go house hunting.
Oh, they're not going to go house
You
hunting.
know Snow White's going to win. There's no way David is getting his way here.
Right.
Nobody else wants to go. Emma doesn't want to live there.
Right.
Snow doesn't want to live there.
No.
Henry wants to stay.
Henry wants to live there, but the
Yeah.
boys, they don't really usually.
The boys
don't
don't-
get to win.
Yeah.
Can't they just go camping in the Enchanted Forest once in a
Exactly.
while?
Can't you, well, I don't understand why you couldn't have two houses and just take your portal back and
Right.
go through the portal.
Exactly.
All right, wrap us up.
All right. Well, you can find past episodes of this and all of our other podcasts at our website, which is
www.southgatemediagroup.com.
you can find us on Tumblr. Just look up Southgate Media Group, and we post all sorts of blog postings and rebloggings about this show, about Once Upon a Time and Once Upon a Time in Wonderland, and actually all of our different shows are on there. You can find us on Twitter. Follow us there. I'm at R Southgate. Martha.
At SMG Pods.
Yeah. And we are actually setting up a Twitter account for this show because that's something for some reason we've never done. But we're going to set one up. So next episode, expect a big announcement with our own Twitter feed. Find us on Pinterest, where we have our own board Forever After. And we share all sorts of fairy tale things and episodes and stuff about like Sisters Grimm and the book Fables and things like that. So fun stuff
Ooh,
there.
I don't know what Fables is, but I do know what Sisters Grimm is.
Yes. And I think that's it. Find us on iTunes. Find us on Stitcher. Find us on TuneIn Radio. Find us on Apple TV on the podcast section. We're there.
love Apple
And
TV.
please rate us and review us. It really helps other people find us, and it helps us out. It helps us know what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong. It really helps. That's it. Let's end this the way every great fairy tale ends.
Happily ever after.
The
end. If you would like to donate to help pay for this and other Southgate Media Group podcasts, simply go to our website, southgatemediagroup.com, and click on the donate button. It can be as little as $1 or, well, as much as you want. Help keep this fun going by supporting this and our other shows. Thanks again for listening, everyone. You're the best fans in the world.